Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. For those of you who don't know, I started Grumpy Old Fart to express my political and social opinions and to say things that I felt needed to be said. Unfortunately, YouTube started giving me strikes. As a hedge against this happening, I've created backup YouTube channels, Grumpy Old Gamer and Grumpy Old Ufologist. I also created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can find all of my stuff there, including my political opinion and current events. The link to my Rumble channel, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video.
Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm still suffering from a cold, so bear with me. If I break out into a cough or have to get something to drink, I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm doing an Outlaw Trail story called Railroad Grift. This is a continuation of Bill's game following the story Comanchero Raid. The rocking Abe was really rocking. We were bebopping along and everything was going well. Our bulls had started breeding and the prospects were looking pretty damn good. One day, I had a visit from a man named Cox, C-O-X, Cox, who was interested in buying a good-sized section of my pasture, including the 3 farmhouses. Now, one of these was being used as an orphanage, and the boys were doing odd jobs around the rocking A, so I did not want to sell it. He upped his offer 3 times, but I felt it was not worth it, so I declined. He got frustrated and left. Now, in a normal business arrangement, that would have been the end of it. But since this is a role-playing game, and role-playing games kind of feed on conflict, that was not the case. There was going to be more to the story. Over the next 2 weeks, all kinds of stuff began happening. A section of the fence was torn down and cattle were driven out. One of the empty farmhouses was burned out. 3 horses were shot and killed. The river was dynamited and stopped up. I mean, all kinds of stuff started happening. I was starting to get a little pissed. Earl and I made a trip to town as the men worked to get the river flowing again. We stopped in at the sheriff to explain what was going on. I told him that I suspected Cox for being behind it. He said that he understood, but without proof there was nothing he could do. Earl and I left and went to the cantina. We sat down and over a few drinks we made a plan. I went back to the ranch while Earl located Cox and kept an eye on him because, he had never seen Earl before. Earl's character was good at sneaking and hunting, and these skills translated well to surveillance. Over the next week, Earl watched Cox, making contact with a number of people. Most of them were unknowns. One of them was a known railroad agent. The situation was starting to make sense. Earl went to the sheriff and explained what he'd seen. The sheriff said that it still wasn't proof, but anyone caught damaging my ranch could be treated like rustlers. And that was okay with us. Earl rode out to the ranch, to the rocking A, told me what he'd said, and I smiled. For the next week, Earl observed Cox while I dedicated 4 men to patrol the boundaries of the rocking A. I also put all of the orphan boys on alert. Their job was to ride in pairs all over the ranch to be on the lookout for trespassers. We caught 2 men riding near the river. They had shovels, dynamite, and wire cutters. We took them to the front gate of the rocking A and hung them for everyone to see. And we left them there. We just left them there. People would ride by and look at them and kind of give us a weird look and ride off. But nobody bothered us, which is what we wanted. Later on, Earl showed up with the railroad agent. He'd overheard him telling Cox that the railroad, would pay up to $5 an acre. So if he could get my land at $3 an acre, they could net a tidy profit. We hung him next to the other 2. For some odd reason, Cox disappeared. We never saw him again. Go figure. Yeah, you start hanging folks, the rest of them kind of leave. It worked out pretty good. I have one more story that I want to tell. At that time, Bill's game was coming to a close, but I got one more story to tell, and I'm going to try to make it interesting for you. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.